Now, the Giggle versus Tickle federal court case continues as Giggle for Girls app founder Sal Grover fights a discrimination case brought against her by a transgender activist who was barred from her app on the grounds of being of the wrong sex. Outside the federal court this week, there have been protests from the trans lobby, and I like this comment from MP John Ruddick, who asked, as you look at this footage, how can such a tiny fringe group be so politically empowered? And they really do exercise disproportionate power and influence, not just politically, but in the media, in the corporate world. How did we get here, David?
I think the Cass review actually outlined some of these things. The fact that so many of these doctors were scared to talk about things indicates that there's a really serious political influence. And, at these protests, when women want to go and speak, the objective of counter-protesters and these activists is to silence people. They want to shut them up. And when you've got a situation where people can't have open discussions about things, then you've really got a situation where ideology has taken hold, and we're not talking about medicine or rationality anymore. Yeah. We're talking about ideology.
Well, this is the problem here, because this is the field of medicine, but so much of what has happened is not based on science or research. It's based on ideology and activism and junk data. And here we are. You've tried to get a review happening in Victoria. What's the status of that? With this Cass report, is there a chance that it's going to be something that the Labor government will consider?
I think eventually they'll have no choice. They'll have to do something. We can't just continue on in the dark in Victoria and look at the rest of the world as if it's not happening, like as if what's happening in the UK is irrelevant to us. There's already activists coming out and attacking the Cass review's integrity, which I think is a bit much, because it's probably one of the most detailed reviews that we've ever seen in this space, and it's damning.
Absolutely damning. David Limbrick, thank you so much for your time this evening.
Thanks for having me.